Okay, good. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Redevelopment Agency meeting of June 2nd, 2010 is called to order. This meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. And these proceedings are being presented live on KCLV Cable Channel 2 and are closed captioned for our hearing and prayer viewers. The Redevelopment Agency meeting, as well as all other KCLV programming, can be viewed on the city's website at www.kclv.tv. The proceedings will be rebroadcast on KCLV Channel 2 and the web the Wednesday of the meeting at 8 p.m. and also on Friday at 4 a.m., Saturday at 7 p.m., Sunday at 7 a.m., and the following Monday at 1 p.m. As we always announce, this building is protected by a state-of-the-art fire detection and suppression sprinkler systems, so should alarms activate, please leave through the exits. When it's safe to return, the marshals will tell you, and there's no reason to believe that will take place. We do this in an abundance of caution. We'll call item number 3, approval of the final minutes by reference of the regular Redevelopment Agency meeting of May 5th, 2010. Mayor Pro Tem.
Yes, Your Honor. No additions or deletions. I'd like a motion to approve the minutes, please.
All right, let's vote on that, please. Post. Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 4 is discussion and possible action regarding notice of intent to augment the fiscal year 2010 annual budget of the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency Debt Service Fund. Mr. Vincent.
Thank you, Your Honor. For the record, Mark Vincent, Chief Financial Officer. All this item is requesting your permission for us to publish the notice of our intent to augment on the 16th of June. That will be when we have the public hearing. And just by way of background, anytime we are augmenting a fund that has as part of its revenue source ad valorem or property tax revenues, we're required to have a public hearing, and so that's why this item is on your agenda for that public hearing.
Very good. I'll declare the public hearing open. Would anyone like
No. This is just permission to publish the notice. The public hearing will be on the 16th.
Okay, I wish you'd make yourself clearer next time. No, really, it's early, Mr. Vincent, okay? Please speak with some authority.
I would move to accept the report, sir.
The customer is always right.
Let's vote, please. Yes, there was a motion. Post. Motion carries. Thank you.
Do we need an excuse notice?
May the record reflect that Councilwoman Tarkanian has asked to be excused. And we will excuse her. Very good. Item number 5, RA 8, 2010, discussion and possible action regarding a resolution finding that the license and management agreement for licensees at the Las Vegas Business Center located at 1951 Stella Lake Street is in compliance with and in furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan, approving the form of the license and management agreement with the licensees of the Las Vegas Business Center, and authorizing signatories of the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency to execute such agreements as required. This is in Ward 5. Mr. Arndt.
Thank you, Mayor. Members of Council, for the record, Bill Arndt, Director, Office of Business Development. This item is really the culmination of what I think is really an exciting partnership with the Urban Chamber of Commerce. This is for a property in Las Vegas Enterprise Park, and in 2009, last year, we began working with the Urban Chamber to try to strike up a new partnership on how to run the Las Vegas Business Center located on Stella Lake Street near Lake Mead Boulevard. The partnership has been a great success. This resolution before you today authorizes the Executive Director of the Redevelopment Agency to sign license agreements with new tenants moving into the business center. The whole premise of a business incubator is to move a new or expanding business into the business center, give them a limited length of time to lease the property at low cost, and to provide mentoring services to that business, meaning business training, help with bookkeeping, basically everything you need to know to run a successful small business. Then before the end of 2 years are up, the business would have an opportunity, once they've grown and they're on their feet, to lease space in the community as well as hire members of the community for their permanent staff. So this resolution, again, before you, it allows the Executive Director of the Redevelopment Agency to sign those agreements. Those agreements are going to be of nominal value, and we're excited about the partnership. We expect new tenants to start to come in through the facility beginning next month, and we're certainly going to keep the entire council apprised of the progress we make, both informally in briefings as well as before you at our quarterly redevelopment agency briefings as well. With that, I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have.
All right, Mayor Pro Tem.
Just a couple comments, Bill. Thank you for your report this morning. This center was, Ricky, with due respect here, buddy, this center was instituted about 10 or 12 years ago, and that's what it was built for, was a center to help revitalize some of the areas of Las Vegas that are losing tenants in their shopping centers. And this is basically in Ward 1, 3, and 5. And I can tell you we've had probably 25 or 30 early on success stories that came out of this little incubation center that have done what they were supposed to do, and that was open businesses in the redevelopment areas of the city of Las Vegas and hire local people to go in and run the business. And I think without that, we wouldn't have these success stories. So I'm really tickled to death to see this coming back around one more time. And I'm certainly very, very supportive of it, and I hope that we can have some success stories like we had in the past. Thank you.
Councilman Ross.
Thank you, Mayor. And Councilman Barlow, with your permission also, Bill, this is a golden opportunity, and I would like to think that anybody watching this at home or any individuals who would like to do startups, I echo Mayor Pro Tem's comments. This is a golden opportunity. This is one example of the city thinking outside the box and being proactive and reaching into the business community to help those startups. So I absolutely support this as well.
You good? Did you want to be heard?
Yes, please. I need to turn that on?
It's on.
It's already on. Okay. Thank you. Yes, we just had a couple of questions about number 5. Agency desires on page 1.
Please state your name for the record.
Oh. Juanita Clark, Charleston Neighborhood Preservation. Agency desires on page 1 lists 2 of these, and page 1 lists 1. In what way or manner were constituents involved with determining these 3 desires?
If you could clarify which desire, your page 1 of which document?
On page 1, there's 2 of them. It says desires.
I think generally what we do in our agreements is we have to show how everything that we do complies with our redevelopment plan. Our redevelopment plan has been adopted by the council, and the intent of that statement is really to show that this really aligns with the intent of our plan and the goals of the plan. And one of the goals is to improve the business environment, enhance the economic well-being of the community, specifically the community represented by the redevelopment area.
Okay, we have 2 more questions on this item. The governing body of the agency, at whose pleasure does this body govern?
The governing body of the agency, when we created the redevelopment agency, the Las Vegas City Council appointed itself as the board of directors, and it's clear in our bylaws that the executive director is our city manager, Ms. Fretwell, and then we have I, in my capacity as director of business development, oversee the operations of the agency.
All right, and the last one, you may have already answered it. Executive director of the agency, what is the name of this director?
The executive director, that's written in the bylaws, that's Ms. Fretwell. It's the city manager.
Okay, all right, and thank you so much.
Okay, no problem. All right, Councilor Barlow.
Yes, Mayor and Council, thank you. This is a great opportunity that we have before us here today. Specifically, in this down economy that we're experiencing, we're having an opportunity to team up with an organization, the Urban Chamber, to come in and partner with the City of Las Vegas in order to attract businesses that are either not able to maintain themselves in the open market and needing an opportunity to have a discounted rent, or those entrepreneurs looking to start up a business in order to position themselves to get out into the open market. And so with that, I believe that this is a great opportunity. And also, Bill, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the only incubator in the state of Nevada. Is that accurate?
It was when it was originally constituted. There is one operating in Henderson. It's more of what I would call an industrial incubator. This is going to be really open, more broad range. It's really going to be the only true incubator open up to all different industries, whether it be the service sector, whether it be general commercial, office, anywhere where the business can take advantage of those mentoring services. So it's really going to be the most well-rounded incubator. And again, it was the original incubator and the first incubator in Southern Nevada.
And the first incubator in Southern Nevada. What is the opportunity, for example, in other areas of the community within the city of Las Vegas to open up additional incubators, or if in fact one is enough?
Well, that's a good question. I'd really characterize an incubator as a low-risk, high-reward proposition, meaning that it's a fairly small facility. There's small spaces that the business tenants are going into, and all we need is just one or a few businesses to really hit it big to succeed. So the idea is you invest your resources in the most important resource in our community, which is human capital, and whatever businesses thrive and come out of that business incubator and then take permanent space and grow to expand. It's really growing talent from within your community. So there are going to be some initial employment opportunities at the business center and at the incubator from day one. But then the big upside is really on the back end after that initial 1 to 2 years of operations for each business, where the business really learns how to run a business and embarks on its own growth plan and growth strategy and grows in the community. And from that, the business can hire from within the community. I think the business center is uniquely positioned in a great business location, in a thriving business corridor on Martin Luther King Boulevard, in a community that has a lot of untapped talent. And I think that depending on the success of this incubator, I think this really could be a model moving forward. We also want to make sure that these businesses have a place to go to once they leave the incubator. And so it could open up new development opportunities to have permanent space, like we have in Spectrum Business Park, to do some more additional permanent space in the community, whether in Enterprise Park or the greater community.
You know, if I could? Councilman Barlow, I think when you was working with Councilman Weekly, we did put forth an effort to have one of these established down on the corner of Mojave and Stewart, across from Rafael Rivera. And we worked with the staff, was asked to work with Congress Lady Berkeley's office to get some financing and to help to get this started up, but we couldn't get any financing at all. So and that was when it was a success over on Martin Luther King, years ago when Councilman Weekly was representing that area, and we just couldn't get any money to get another one built. And I think that it was a shame that we didn't, because there is a need, and there's going to be a lot of people that really will thrive from this learning ability that they're going to receive over here.
Yeah.
We have tried in the past, yes.
And I couldn't agree with you more, Mayor Pro Tem. And that's the reason why I asked, because I believe that the business incubator inside of the Enterprise Park is going to be a success, specifically with the partner that we have in place. And the businesses are actually lined up and ready to fill out their applications in order to come and fill the vacancies that currently exist today. And so, Bill, with that, and you may have already mentioned this in your conversation today, what can we do to bring back the success story to the council to give an update as to the progress of the pros and the cons, the goods and the bads in relation to the agreement going forward?
Well, I think it's a couple things. One is just being vocal about our success, every single success we have in leasing space. No two businesses are alike, so you're going to hear a lot of different unique businesses, and there are going to be different levels of success. There's going to be different timing for that. But I think at a minimum, I'd like to report that at our quarterly redevelopment presentations, one of which is today. So that's one way. Maybe the more important thing is that we're really running this like a business, and I think that's indicative of the partnership with the Urban Chamber. We have great support from the Chamber. We're really excited about the new leadership. Ms. Deborah Nelson has been a delight to work with. My own team and my own staff, Darren Harris, has worked very closely with the Chamber, so I'd like to thank Darren for his work. But really getting the word out there that there's going to be space available on a rolling basis. So say every 6 to 9 months as tenants leave, there are going to be new opportunities to lease space. So this isn't a one-and-done opportunity, so to speak. This is really a rolling opportunity. You can almost think of it like a revolving fund. whatever success we have, we're going to reinvest those resources into the center to continue the success. So really two things: report here at the council, but also be very vocal with the community about marketing the opportunities both for space at the center as well as mentoring programs. We're embarking on some relationships with the university system, with SCORE, the retired executives that provide business training, SBA, all those relationships that really are needed to make this a success. And it's really the knowledge base that is really the key to making these programs a success.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more. So with that, Mayor and Council, I would like to move for approval of this agreement with the Urban Chamber in its lease RA 82010. That would be my motion. Thank you, Mr. Arndt.
Very good. Let's vote on that, please. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 6 is RA 9, 2010. Discussion and possible action regarding a resolution finding the project proposed by the Entertainment Visual Improvement Program agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency and Artemis W. Ham III and Hookah Cafe, LLC, doing business as Maharaja Hookah Cafe, located at 500 and 506 Fremont Street, to be in compliance with and in furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan, and authorizing the execution of the EVIP agreement by the RDA, not to exceed $95,000 from the RDA Special Revenue Fund. This is in Ward 5, and it's related to council item number 40, which is R41-2010. Mr. Arndt.
Thank you. This item before you today is part of our visual improvement program. Really, a picture is 1,000 words, so I'm going to let the pictures speak for themselves. On the overhead, you see the existing business location. This is at the northeastern corner of Fremont and Las Vegas Boulevard. The business is leasing property right there in the corner, which includes the parking lot as well as the retail space there. You see on the bottom slide, you see the existing storefront, and it is in need of improvement. And so, in addition to that, the surface parking, is in disrepair, and that needs improvement, new asphalt, slurry seal, striping. So the business is going to be putting a lot of money into its property, looking to invest over $400,000, and I'd like to show you the outcome of that desired investment. The business is a hookah lounge. Hookah is tobacco. It's very popular today, and we think it's going to be a successful business. The rendering you see there on the bottom is new signage that would be near the corner of Fremont and Las Vegas Boulevard. That is still under review by our city planning team, so there is a possibility that that will have some changes. Has to go through our downtown design review committee since it is located within the downtown overlay district. So our grant is contingent on getting approval from city planning for that use. With us today is a representative of the business owner. I'd like to invite him to say a few remarks.
Good morning. Please
Good morning,
identify
sir.
yourself for the record.
Yes, I have a business in a kebab corner. It's been 5 years in your downtown area, and you're doing a very nice job, and developing the downtown area is good. So that's been very successful to open the second one, and it's a very good opportunity for me.
Boy, I know the kebabs are good over there, but I didn't know they're that good. That's a pretty nice improvement that you're making, and the expansion is going to be very, very special over there. If you run the hookah lounge as well as you run your kebab place, you'll do very well with that as well.
Thank you, sir.
No, I think it's a great addition to that part of downtown. All
Thank
right.
you, sir.
Any questions or comments? Councilman Barlow?
Thank you, Mayor. A couple questions for you. Will there be food at
Yes,
this
sir.
current location, and what's on the menu?
It's like light misa because they go with the hookahs, and we have a food across the street, so we can, if somebody like the all kebabs, and we can transfer from the other side. But it's a hookah with light misa food.
Misa?
Yeah, appetizer.
Appetizer. Thank you, Councilman Wilson. You hang out to the hookah lounge, right? Okay. Second question, the sign on the corner, If we can go back to the overhead, Bill. The sign on the corner, would that be a neon sign?
Yes, there will be neon.
Okay.
75% neon.
75% neon. Okay, that's great. Because I know with the amount of neon that we have in the East Fremont area, I believe that sign would be an added addition to the neon that we currently have there, which will be an attraction right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont. So I believe that everything is in place and what you have going forward. Good luck to you.
Thank you,
I
sir.
believe what you have going forward is something good for the downtown area, and I look forward to continuing to work with you.
Thank you, sir. Try
So with
always.
I'm sorry?
Always try best.
Thank you. Thank you. Continue to do so. Mayor and council, with that, I would like to move to follow staff's recommendation for approval of this item subject to all conditions.
Very good. Let's vote on that, please. Opposed? Motion carries, and good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
You're
Have a good day.
Item number 7 is a report and possible action regarding redevelopment agency projects currently under contract or negotiation, other projects proposed or under construction within or near the redevelopment area, and to provide an overview of programs and initiatives, and this applies towards 1, 3, and 5. Mr. Arndt.
Thank you. This is our final quarterly presentation for fiscal year 10. We're excited about the results that we have, so we want to share them with you. We're going to walk through just a snapshot of some of the recent progress on some of our current projects. The Smith Center for the Performing Arts, if anyone in the community or in the audience is not driven by the site recently, I'd strongly encourage you to do so. It's pretty incredible to see this building going up. It's a 2,050-seat theater. Construction is on schedule and on budget, which I think is a remarkable accomplishment for a project of this size, which has so much public support. It is on schedule for a March 2011 opening, and then you see there in the rendering on the right-hand side the large hall. You see the back of the large hall, and then on the left-hand side of the photo you see the education building, which is a really important component. It's going to be providing educational opportunities for the arts for K through 12 in our local school district. Cleveland Clinic, we continue to make good progress with Cleveland Clinic. They are in agreement for trying to develop parcels A2, B, J, and K. They have a market study that's underway. In the medical business, that's one of the most important, if not the most important, components to doing pre-development work, making sure that you have the third-party payer system well thought out before you start new services. And so we're being very strategic with Cleveland Clinic, making sure that when they move forward they can be successful. To that end, we're going to be giving them a little bit more time, and we're looking to take forward an amendment to City Council next month. City Hall construction, you see there the site behind or east of the Regional Justice Center. We had a milestone, an important milestone, last Thursday. The first concrete pour commenced. The project is on schedule and on budget. Also of note is our development partner is being very aggressive with making sure that contracting and subcontracting opportunities are available to all members of the contracting community. And so Forest City has agreed to meet a goal of 15% or higher, and they're actually on track to exceed that goal. The arena site, we had a very public meeting at the county recently on May 18th, where the county commissioners heard from 4 different teams, one of which was the city Cordish team. As you know, city is under agreement with a Cordish company to study the feasibility of building an arena on both the existing City Hall campus as well as what we've dubbed the arena site, which is the 12 acres immediately east of the City Hall campus at Las Vegas Boulevard and Stewart. The consulting team of Restrepo and Kaiser Marston has finished a revenue study, and we're currently reviewing that with the Cordish team. As you may know, the county is considering support of a sales tax advisory question, which was requested by one of the respondents to the RFI that the county did. I understand from the county that they may be considering that at a July County Commission meeting, and we'll be sure to keep you informed of how that develops. CIM Lady Luck, they recently had an abeyance for some technical reasons of their site plan. at the Planning Commission last Thursday, so they're going through a new timeline. They're also looking at a new sign ordinance to take advantage of tall wall signage. You'll see the tall wall signage on properties in Clark County, and that's something that CIM thinks is a potential revenue maker for not only the CIM Lady Luck team, but for other downtown hospitality property owners. And so there's an ordinance under review with city planning. We are in intense discussions with the developer on the schedule and terms. The current DDA requires them to reopen the facility, finish construction by the end of calendar 2011. We are looking at that schedule and looking at the business terms to see what, if anything, needs to be changed. It's important to note that there has been some work done on the interior of the building. Reslin's been doing some interior demo work, and the importance of that is it's really giving the development team an opportunity to accurately price what needs to happen to reopen the property. Cashman Center site, you see there the baseball stadium as well as the convention center. This is a wonderful long-term redevelopment opportunity, over a 50-acre site. As it's been noted in the press, we have had discussions for the development of a regional zoo, and those discussions continue. We also are grateful to our baseball team partner, our AAA franchise, the 51s. We've been working with the owner, Derek Stevens and Don Logan, who have continuing interest in staying not only in Las Vegas, but in downtown Las Vegas. We also have interest from user American Bowling Congress to take space at Cashman site in 2013 and 2014. So we're trying to make sure that we accommodate the interest of future conventioneers to the extent we can, while still moving forward development negotiations for the site. The business incubator, we've refurbished the facility. The last thing that we're working on is putting the phone system in. We expect Urban Chamber to start their office move later this month. And as I mentioned at the item this morning, really it's an opportunity to begin the lease up starting in July. In reality, we've actually already started that. We've had, as Councilman Barlow noted, a lot of interest from businesses in the community to take space at the center, and we really think that this is an incredible opportunity for businesses in the area to grow their business. Enterprise Park, another project we're pursuing, is a retail branch with Hank Gordon, who is with Large Properties. The project would provide personal and business banking for the West Las Vegas community. And this is really a linchpin of what you see in urban communities looking for additional retail development. To get additional banking services is an incredible thing, and that really can be a catalyst for attracting new retail commercial development. We've seen that already with Bank of America and their investment at Martin Luther King in Washington. Run through real quickly just some businesses in Fremont East. You voted recently on 601 Fremont. We're working with Terry Caudle and Carlos Adley to open the ground floor of the building for a restaurant and new entertainment venue, and this will have a positive revenue impact to the city. Emergency Arts, that's really a rolling arts program, but they're also going to be providing food and beverage to take advantage of space on a temporary basis to try to draw foot traffic to Fremont East District. There have been some new downtown restaurants. There's always turnover in the restaurant industry, but I think a really healthy sign of our redevelopment area is that when we lose a restaurant, we get a new one to take its place. Payman's moved out recently from the Arts Factory facility near Charleston Casino Center. We've replaced that. The owner, I should say, has replaced that restaurant tenant with a new restaurant, a bar and bistro, and has a bocce ball court. There's a Beat Cafe that's open downtown, new restaurant at the Golden Gate, the aforementioned Hookah Cafe that's in progress, and then Mundo World Market Center has gotten recently some good press in the papers as far as the quality of their food, and it's open year-round to residents. Metroplex is under construction. We have a relationship with the city and the county where we support funding for Metro, but this is at the corner of Martin Luther King and Alta, and it's really showing how important that corridor is as development continues to happen adjacent to Symphony Park, and there's really a trickle-down effect where we have a lot of development interest in the Martin Luther King corridor. And to that end, we have a new store opening up, Ashley Furniture. They're having a job fair tomorrow. We've been working closely with the owner. You see there the Levitt sign still there. It's formerly the Levitt's Furniture. Ashley is a national retail chain, has a presence at World Market Center, and we think they're going to be a great fit for the community. So again, the job fair is tomorrow, June 3rd, and I encourage anyone who is seeking permanent employment to contact Ashley's. And we also have a city press release that is on the city's website if you want to learn more about that opportunity.
Bill, Mayor, if you will, just real quick in regards to the job fair. The job fair will be taking place tomorrow, as Bill mentioned, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So those who are interested in working at Ashley's Furniture, they're looking for sales representatives, warehouse drivers, as well as cashiers. So I wanted to make sure that the community was fully aware of the opportunity that exists, specifically for those individuals who are unemployed at this point. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Steven Siegel has been a great partner for the city and for downtown, and you see there some photos for the Gold Spike, the Oasis at the Gold Spike. It really is a new property, so I'd encourage locals and visitors alike to check out the property. We continue to work with Mr. Siegel in making sure that he has his parking needs met downtown, and we think it's a wonderful addition to downtown. And finally, the Eldorado was a tremendous success. I really have to apologize. This picture does not do it justice because you don't see the most important thing there, the people and the families that came to downtown to enjoy the festival and the facilities. We've used our City Hall Annex, or the arena site, as a temporary site for a couple of years now. It's been a great site, and it was a real success. So I'd like to thank the Elks Lodge and all the folks at Cultural Affairs for helping to put on Eldorado. It was a tremendous event, and it really shows that people will come downtown if you have not only the right amenities, but the right events, and a unique event where it really can only happen in an outdoor arena in the heart of Las Vegas, where the rodeo originally began.
Mayor, just real quick, I want to just take this opportunity to thank my colleague, Councilman Ross, for a job well done as far as making sure that the rodeo was once again a true success, and I apologize for being unable to be there, but I did have an opportunity to see the photos, and you did a wonderful job, Councilman. I just want to make note of that.
Mayor, if I may.
Yes.
Thank you, Councilman. I know you were there in spirit because I was there every night but one, and for folks who had a chance to go downtown and enjoy that, it was an incredible experience, added on with the Eldorado Parade. And Mayor and Council, I think we had 139 entrants in the Eldorado Parade this year. Betsy, is that a pretty accurate number? It was packed. And Mayor, as we, of course, went down and started the parade, you saw the crowds, and it was good to see so many families, because it's a family activity in downtown Las Vegas. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Councilman.
With that, I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have about current projects under development.
Okay, any comments or questions? I have a comment, and it's really remarkable when you see this report, and we're in the middle of perhaps the worst recession that this community has ever suffered, and but for the redevelopment agency, we wouldn't have any of this. This may be the only place in the entire valley where this kind of development is taking place, and I think it's important for you to preserve this moment in time, because when the legislature comes up and starts looking for places that they can grab money from, remind them that we have these wonderful projects that not only are creating jobs, but also are making a difference as far as generations to come, with the Performing Arts Center and the Ruvo Brain Institute and the Cleveland Clinic and all those wonderful things that are happening here. So I appreciate this report. I think it's a very optimistic report, and I think it's important that the public feels the optimism that is expressed by these projects in the redevelopment agency.
Mayor, can I make one more comment?
Certainly.
And you talk about this often as a success story. Bill, you didn't include it in your report. My wife and I on Monday, the holiday, went to the Premium Outlet Mall, and I could not find a parking space. It was absolutely packed. People were parking at the county building across the street. That's how busy that mall was. So just another success story, and I know, Mayor, you'd like to talk about that,
Yep.
but I wanted to share that with you.
Terrific.
Mayor?
Yes. Councilman.
Also, Bill, Mayor, you couldn't have said it best. specifically with all of the great success that we've had in the downtown. And of course, it has to do with a great deal of not only confidence but fortitude from this mayor and council. Having, once again, as I stated before, coming on staff in '99 and seeing all of the great success that have taken place from there to the present, I'm very honored to be a part of such a great think tank. And with that, Bill, you didn't mention the residential components. I understand that there are a number of residence high-rises that have unfortunately come to a stop, but what is the latest update as far as what we can expect from the residential component? Because as we bring jobs into the area, as we bring more development and redevelopment into the area, how do we foresee moving forward with the residential component as far as individuals having an opportunity to not only live, but have an opportunity to invest residentially in the downtown area?
Thank you, Councilman. That is a good question and an important one. I think it's really a new opportunity. It's really a two-sided coin. One side of the coin is we have a lot of vacancies, high-rise residential in downtown Las Vegas. The other side of the coin is we have vacancies that are now being offered at a reasonable price. So what we're going to see is, rather than investors or speculative buyers buying those units, we're seeing buyers interested in buying a unit for their primary residence to live in downtown Las Vegas because of the environment that we've built. We're working very closely with ST Residential, which is the holding company of Starwood. They have an equity interest in all of the former Chorus assets, which includes Streamline, includes Newport Lofts, and includes Jewel as well. We're optimistic about ST Residential's strategy, where they're not going to dump all the units on the market at one time, so to speak. They're being very thoughtful and strategic. So while it is a little bit frustrating to not see all the units be coming on the market, that could be a good thing, where they're going to strategically try to segment which product makes sense for which buyer or which renter. So we're working with them very closely. We think Streamline is going to be released first, and we're working with ST Residential, and then Newport and Jewel would follow. And specifically with Jewel, they really believe in the vision and the product. They want to see permanent residents and buyers buying those units. So we're continuing that dialogue and continuing to cultivate that relationship to make sure that their decision benefits not only their shareholders and their investors, but it also benefits the city and downtown.
And in response as well to Councilman Barlow's question and your observation, and I did ask permission to say this because I think it's important. We have a new poster boy for downtown residential living. Jacob Snow, who's the director of the Regional Transportation Commission, has indicated that he and his wife are looking for a condo in the downtown area. They've been over to Jewel, and he sees the value of being able to walk over to the new RTC building or take his bicycle there and have his son walk to the high school, which is within walking distance, and he's completely bought into it. So I think when we have that kind of response, it's just a matter of time when these units will be filled, and then we'll have the critical mass necessary to have the shopping market, the grocery store type thing, the bookstores, the music stores, those kind of things that just follow. And the one thing that we can say, based on this report, is success breeds success. Once you have success, it's easy to have further success. It's hard to get off the ball, but once you're off the ball, you're in a good spot. Okay, may I have a motion, please?
Yes, Your Honor. But before I do...
what we're going to do is I'll hear you during the citizens' participation.
Councilmember Tarkanian's not here right now. I do have to make a comment about one of the projects in her ward, the Artesian Hotel. Artisan. It's another property owned by Siegel Suites, and I would ask each one of the council members to go over there and have lunch or dinner, take your wife over there. It's really an atmosphere that's unbelievable. It's like it takes you back, to me, 100 years. It's just amazing what they've done over there at the Artesian, and I just think that we need to get that on one of our reports as soon as possible because, again, it is a success story that the city has really played a big part in it. It's, again, private investment, and they've done a fantastic job, as well as they have at the Gold Spike and their other properties downtown.
And the food's great.
And the food's even better than that. The appetizers are fantastic. They have a great chef there. Anyhow, I would move to accept the report, Your Honor.
All right, let's vote on that, please. Post. Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Herring. Item number 8 is citizens' participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the Redevelopment Agency. Those subject may be acted upon by the Redevelopment Agency unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you'd like to be heard, please step up and give us your name, and we'll put the 3-minute timer on because we have a lot of people waiting for the council meeting. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Juanita Clark, Charleston Neighborhood Preservation. I neglected to say, wish you all happy Father's Day, of you people. And
Thank you.
I was able to be at the El Dorado parade, not the parade, but the
Rodeo?
rodeo. Yes, I was able to be an usher as a volunteer there from CERT, and so that was an exciting experience.
Yeah.
And like you said, families and so forth and so on. So, and this 100-year-old thing, that a place at Siegel, that sounds like where we ought to hold my family reunion. Gets right in with my siblings. But we have some questions about item 4, which we missed this morning. What is the dollar amount or the value of the redevelopment budget?
Do we have that information readily available on the augmentation?
And we need to get it from someplace else. Another time.
Well, we're happy to provide it to you. It's been filed. Do you have that information?
Yes, our revenue for current year was approximately $27.9 million. Our projected revenue for the fiscal year 11 budget, which we've finalized now, is just over $21 million.
Thank you. Where can your constituents find and read the full budget for the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency?
Las Vegas, Nevada.gov? How do you like that? No idea what I'm talking about. As usual, but more so.
Doesn't take up much space. We were also curious why only wards 1, 3, and 5 were mentioned.
They're the ones who have redevelopment agency boundaries.
Okay, and this is from item 7, of course. So, okay, and let's see, that's not any necessary. What title do Tarkanian and Barlow have during these redevelopment meetings?
They're members of the redevelopment agency.
Okay, all right. And we had asked for, up here, the license and management portion. We're asking for on page 20, Exhibit D. We would like a copy of that page faxed to us.
That's fine. Mr. Arendt acknowledges he will do that.
Okay, and we'll give you a copy of what I've been looking at here.
I think that's on Las Vegas, Nevada.gov too. Right, Council Barlow?
That is correct.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, and we appreciate all the questions that were asked, and because we know that there is a big audience and that they want to know what's happening. And today was really an early bird gets the worm type of meeting for us.
Yes.
Thank you.
No secrets.
Good morning. My name is Anthony Harms. I live 123 Sedalia. Mr. Mayor, I won't be back for the summer, and if I'm alive in September, I'll come back and harass you. But right now, my wife is very sick, and I've been married for 50 years, and remember, I had no family before I got her. She's my everything, and so I never met my real parents, and I was raised by an old white couple. That ain't got nothing to do with it, but it is the history of my life. And the objective is that she's my everything, and she's sick right now, and that's all I have to say.
Well,
But,
be
right
assured.
now, I want to show you all some pictures. They say a picture worth a
Well,
thousand words.
let me say this to Mr. Hodge. We wish her well. We wish her a speedy recovery.
Thank you very much, sir. This is 1990, and this is the only thing that's not a picture. But in 1990, Pete Wilson became the governor of the state of California. And the last time I met the great president in person, remember now, Pete Wilson and President Ronald Reagan were what was called best of friends. I mean, like really close, hugging. I mean, whatever the name of the game is. Pete Wilson and I was personal friends, so President Reagan kind of put me in the mix. If I was Pete's friend, then I was his friend. Make a long story short, I got to hug that great president, but he was 2 years out. He had retired. So I saw him 3 times before as president, and in 1990, because his term ended in 88. So the objective is he was there to support Pete Wilson to become the governor of California. But it says right here, and something that you specialize in, this place has plenty of them anyway, convention centers, But anyway, you said the performing arts, and you're building that, the performing arts. So it said right here, and I'm going to leave this with y'all. It said the Convention and Performing Arts Center in the plaza, in the downtown plaza. And what I'm trying to say, performing arts, that beautiful thing y'all building, and that brain thing, from Cleveland, whatever, I'm attached to a lot of those things. You already know that. But all I'm just saying, Mr. Mayor, is that you're doing a great job, and you're moving forward. You dream big, and a lot of that stuff is really coming true. And you keep this city in the eyes of the world, not just nationally. You know what I'm saying? We're going through a semi-depression nowadays, but I never teach doom and gloom. You know what I'm saying? We're going to come out of this. You understand? It's going to be a little rough spots, along the way, but a free nation, you know what I'm saying? It bounces back. That's what I'm proud about. Well, anyway, I'm going to show you these pictures, and I want you all to keep them. If you want to put in that thing. Okay. These pictures are going to be long here. Now, they said one picture worth 1,000 words. In 1974 is when I had the Great International Box Derby. And that little girl was from Guatemala. And today, you got a lady, a race car lady, and she's got that long, beautiful black hair. You know what I'm saying? And this young lady right here is a fool runner. Okay? No, seriously, what? And then in 1976,
I'm going to have to cut you short, Mr. Hodge.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, let me show you this one. The bicentennial in 1976, the country was 200 years old, and that's a picture with me at the old mission and with the padre or whatever. But anyway, these are the things that I'm going to have to turn into. So I'm going to, like you say, make it very short because you have a long day. But I'm going to try to spend the day with y'all. I see you got a short agenda on the other side. But anyway, I want to say properly goodbye to you. But I love you, and I want to know that I've always, tried to be, my number one priority is to be, I said, the people's person. I love this country and everybody in it. And because if you don't love your nation, you got to put your nation first. It's kind of like your house. You got to have somewhere to stay.
Okay, I have to
Thank
cut you short.
I know, Mr. Thank you, Oscar. Good.
No problem.
I appreciate it. Let me speak.
No
You want me to
problem.
lead this for the lady?
Please. All right, would anyone else like to be heard?
Yes, I will. June Ingram Charleston. Sorry. June Ingram, Charleston Neighborhood Preservation. I have some leaflets here, about 3 pages to hand out to each and every to mayor and city council. My daughter gave me did the research on the pawn shop deal, and I only got it at 9 o'clock last night, so this is the earliest I could have them passed out. So I'd like those passed out to everyone, please.
All right, thank you very much. We'll make sure they're passed out.
Okay. And the item is this afternoon, so.
All right,
Thank
you. Okay. Pardon me? I don't know. Anybody else like to be heard? All right, then we'll move on to item number 9. This is agency member recognition. Would any member of the redevelopment agency like to be heard at this time? All right, hearing none, the meeting is adjourned, and we will start our city council meeting at 9:30, which is about 8 minutes from now. Thank you.
Steve?